Well, I've had months to think about this day, but it doesn't make the moment any easier. There aren't many people in this business or any other business who get to do what they dreamed of doing as a kid at the very place they dreamed of doing it. I got to do both. I grew up in Miami when WTVJ was the only TV station in South Florida. I always wanted to be a reporter when I grew up and always wanted to work here. I read newspaper stories into a small tape recorder pretending to be Ralph Rennick. Rennick was the anchor and news director here for 36 years. When I was 16 and a student at Gables High, I talked radio station WFUN into letting me report by phone from the school's football games. What a trip that was. We were state and national champs my last 2 years at Gables, and back then high school football was big news. After I was actually reporting on the radio, I called Rennick and asked if I could meet with him for some advice on how to become a real reporter on TV. When we met in his office a few days later, the first thing he told me was not to major in broadcasting. He said he wanted well-rounded reporters who could write well, but who also knew something about government history and, most importantly, their own community. Rennick suggested that if I could meet those standards, he'd eventually take me on as an intern here. True to his word, 2 weeks after I graduated from the University of Florida, 41 years and 1 day ago today, on June 23rd, 1969, I walked into the station as an intern. On that first day, there was a deadly plane crash on Northwest 36th Street. I was way too green to actually cover the story, so I was assigned to shuttle film from the scene back to TVJ's film lab where it had to be processed before aired. Things have changed. The things I have learned, the stories I've covered, the people I've met, the friends I've made over the last 41 years have made me who I am today. Over the years, I've covered every beat, anchored every show, and interviewed thousands of people, from convicts to presidents. I've covered more disasters than I care to remember, from major plane crashes to major hurricanes. I've covered political conventions, huge business stories like the slow death of Eastern Airlines, once South Florida's biggest employer. Now, interspersed with all of that, I did new car reviews and features on my personal passion, classic cars. My favorite things? Anchoring this show for the last 20 years, and my consumer reports, of course, which have overlapped everything else I've done here through more than 4 decades. I hope that has been my biggest accomplishment, making a difference to you, helping you avoid frauds and scams and bad products, dirty restaurants and dangerous cars, and by pointing out all the great things out there and how to get the best deals on them. Through it all, you have been incredibly loyal. This station is 61 years old. I've had the privilege of working with every general manager but one, and every news director this station has had but one. Thank you for trusting me and for inviting me into your homes all these years. Thanks to those of you who've taken the time to call or email me when you saw something you didn't like, or did the same when you saw something that moved you or helped you in some way. You've kept me on my toes for a lot of years. And for the hundreds of you who've emailed or posted good wishes for me on Facebook since I announced my retirement, I am truly humbled. Finally, I want to thank my wife, Bonnie, for putting up with a husband who goes to sleep before the sun goes down and wakes up in the middle of the night. And I want to thank my TV wife for the last 8 years, Pam Gigante. Pam is the best co-anchor I have ever had. I can't begin to tell you how wonderful she is to work with and just to have as a friend. Pam and Ryan, Roxy, Trina, and Nathalie, they make waking up before 2 a.m. worth it. I love this job, always have. We have fun doing what we do together every single day. I won't be here tomorrow, but my colleagues will be. I invite you to tune in to NBC Miami tomorrow morning, just as you always have, to start your day. The people around me are the reason I've been here so long. Thank you so very much for watching all these years.
Well said.
That was good. I was good until you said I'm not going to be here tomorrow.
Well, the bottom line is no one's indispensable, and the show will go fine, and you guys are great. You'll have the same fun that we had, and you move on and do new and fresh things, and they're going to love it.
Yeah, we are, but you know what? You've been our rock. You are rock solid in so many ways. On advice, on history, on politics. Now, sometimes you get it wrong on politics, and I have to admit you.
No, it's you that gets it wrong in politics.
Bob and I have some great debates, don't we?
Yes, we do.
I'm going to miss so many things about you. are just a
I'm
wonderful
going to miss
person.
all of you, and I got to tell you, at least for the first couple of weeks, I can't promise that I'm going to watch the show.
That's okay.
You're going to be waking up late?
It'll get DVR'd, and I'll watch it on my own sweet time.
Yeah, exactly. Later on in the day, like 11 or so, when you're having breakfast.
Right.
But, you know, Bob, I think that seeing everybody here is a testament to, you've done great reporting, et cetera, throughout the years, but you're such an amazing person. You've touched so many of our hearts in so many ways. You've made us laugh. You've made us think. We've learned so much. Grammar. I'm so good at grammar now because of Bob.
I'm glad, you know, Pam and I are the grammar police, and
Yes,
there will still be one officer in the building to look over that.
Yeah,
The other
exactly.
officer on
I'll
speed
take the
dial.
reins. But you know, and you're the best co-anchor I've ever had. I mean, you've made me so much better at my job.
Thank you.
Because you just give.
I want to call my wife, Bonnie, and
Bonnie,
son Chad.
come on
Come on, real quick. Come on.
Just
These guys have had to live with my schedule for a long, long
The
time.
schedule from HE, you know where, right, Bonnie?
just in time for dessert,
Chad.
too.
Look,
Chad
yeah,
flew down from Washington to be here just for this.
20 hours, Chad.
Great job.
And we've got a
Thank you,
huge
Chad.
crowd in the
What's
studio.
this?
This is a
tribute
cake,
to
a
you.
tribute to you.
It's
And our friends at Boca Java don't want you to miss them. So
Yeah.
Boca Java said, here's a,
Coffee for life?
Coffee,
Yes.
coffee on the go, coffee for life.
To
right?
drink
In case you want to get up early.
Later in the
Watch
day.
us. Yeah.
Right, and there's no alarm clock. Nobody gave you a
Right.
clock. The clocks have been
Oh,
smashed.
this is just great. I am honored, humbled at this response from everybody here and you all out there watching. Thank you so much, all of you, for being so close and so loyal for so long.
We love you.
Thank you, everybody.
And we're going to try to get you back for auto show and stuff. This
Yeah.
isn't it.
You bet.
I'm going to lobby for that.
Today in South Florida is brought to you in part by the South Florida Hyundai dealers.